Hello and welcome students. This is lecture number 5. In lecture number 5, again we will have 4 sub lectures of 10 minutes each. Lecture number 5A, 5B, 5C and 5D. Now, in the previous lecture number 4, I had solved 7 questions for you. That is, we had differentiated 7 functions of x with respect to x. And here, this is question number 8. What we have to do? Once again, we have to differentiate this given function of x with respect to x. Differentiate with respect to x. So I'm not writing it again and again. It had been written in the beginning only. All the questions, what we are doing is differentiating with respect to x. Question number 8. So what I do, I take this thing as y, and then I go for, I take this thing as y, so, and then I write differentiating both sides with respect to x. When you write differentiating both sides with respect to x, what you notice? You notice that here you have got numerator as sine square x and denominator as 1 plus cos square x. So it becomes u upon v rule. So d by dx of u upon v, you apply, and you know this rule. What does the rule say? The rule says always differentiate numerator first. So here you differentiate numerator first, u d by dx of u, and v is multiplied here. Then next you differentiate the denominator being v, d by dx of v, and you multiply u there, and then denominator is v square. So here u is sine square x and v is 1 plus cos square x. So that has been applied. So we have applied that, and the next step, you get there d by dx of u is sine square x. What is d by dx of sine square x? Sine square x, I have already told you, if it is sine square x, how should we treat it as? We will treat that as d by dx of sine x the whole square. Okay students, now we are quite old in these kind of problems, so we should be able to understand sine square x is sine x the whole square, so it is variable raised to constant. So 2 sine x d by dx of sine x, you see this d by dx of sine square x, 2 sine x into d by dx of sine x, then minus, and here you have derivative of v is 1 plus cos square x. So d by dx of 1 is 0. Okay, now see, as we are progressing further, now these small steps we would be writing directly. If you remember in the last lecture when I had to solve such kind of thing, what did I do? I wrote all the steps, all minute steps I wrote, but then we are taking these kind of steps a bit faster. So this is derivative of 1 is 0 because 1 being a constant, then plus sign as it is, and then here you have, see, here you got d by dx of cos square x. Once again, you know what is meaning of cos square x? It means cos x the whole square. So what kind of function is this? It is variable raised to constant. Once again, it is variable raised to constant. And then what you will have, what is the variable? Is the variable x? No, it is f of x square. So 2 f of x d by dx of f of x, 2 cos x into d by dx of cos x is minus sin x, and then denominator remains as it is. After this, what happens is just simplification, 2 sin x cos x. This is multiple angle formula. You know, 2 sin x cos x is sin 2x, and here also, you know, if you go for the arrangement, this negative sign would make this one negative, so you got minus, and then again 2 sin x cos x is sin 2x. Then next step we are taking, now I'm taking sin 2x common. See, this step and this step, this step and this step, in these two steps, I'm sorry, this term and this term, we have sine 2x a common factor, so sine 2x is being taken as out. You know, it's a common factor, so I take it common, sine 2x is out. So what I'm left in the inside the bracket, I'm left with 1 plus cos square x, negative and negative positive, plus sine square x upon 1 plus cos square x the whole square. Then you know cos square x plus sine square x is 1, 1 plus 1 becomes 2, that 2 becomes the multiple of sine 2x, so 2 sine 2x upon this. This is the final answer. This is your final answer. Okay. Then we move to next question number 9. In this question number 9, you will notice that angles are given in degrees. Now you might be thinking that earlier also we had trigonometric function, but why was it that we were not given the symbol of degree? See here, you got sine of, here you got cos square x, but then for this we have not written degree. Degree is not written. Then why is this that we are writing here degree, sec x degree and tan x degree? The point must be noticed, students, that when you are not given any kind of symbol for the angle, it is understood that it is radian measure. These angles are measured in radian, radian measure. It is radian measure. These angles are measured in radian. But when you have symbol of degree, then it is degree measure. So why is this symbol given here? Because the angles are measured in degrees. So if I had a question, think if the question had been sec of x plus tan of x upon sec of x minus tan of x. And if I had been asked to differentiate this, then how would I take this question as? See, then this question I would take the angle x in radian. Since I have not been given any symbol for the angle, so this question we will take all the angles x in radian. But here the angles are in degrees because it has been given. Okay, so the question is differentiating this with respect to x. What I will do, I write this thing as y and then I go ahead. You will notice here that instead of differentiating, what I am trying to do is I am simplifying. I am not differentiating, but I am simplifying. Instead of differentiating, what I am doing is simplifying. Now, why is that being done? It is because you can check here. If I apply here, if I start differentiating here itself, what will happen? I will have to apply u upon v rule. I will have to apply u upon v rule. This is u and this is v. Moreover, if I apply u upon v rule here, it will become very lengthy. What I notice is sec of x degree, which I know it is 1 upon cos x degree, tan of x degree is sin x degree upon cos x degree, and I understand that the denominator will be same. This is what I understand. Denominator here and here will be same. So I understand that numerator will get added. Also, look at the denominator in the previous step, sec x degree minus tan x degree. Here also I understand 1 upon cos x degree and sin x degree upon cos x degree, the denominator is once again same. Now this makes me understand that the given function can be simplified to a great extent. So instead of differentiating the given function the way it was, I try to simplify this. See, instead of differentiating the given function the way it was, I could have tried it, but then I understand it could be simplified. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to simplify this and differentiate the simpler version. So here, see, now what happens next step? Cos x degree has been cancelled. So I got 1 plus sin x degree upon 1 minus sin x degree. Now this thing, you would be thinking that you have simplified it. But let me tell you one thing, students, that this particular expression which you got here, 1 plus sin x degree upon 1 minus sin x degree, it is a well-known trigonometric expression. And whenever you get such a thing, you should understand that this can be further simplified. And see, 1 plus sin x degree, there is a special formula for this. 1 plus sin x degree is cos x degree by 2 plus sin x degree by 2 the whole square, and 1 minus sin x degree is this. I will write that formula which we have done in 11th standard. 1 plus sine theta and 1 minus sine theta. 1 plus sine theta was actually we had done it with 2 theta, and here also 2 theta. So when you have 2 theta, you would write cos theta plus sine theta the whole square. And here you would write cos theta minus sine theta the whole square. So when you have 2 theta here, you wrote theta on the right hand side. 2 theta, so you wrote theta on the right hand side. Now what's, so in, if I replace this theta by, if I replace this 2 theta by theta, what will happen? Then in that case, the angle will become half of theta. As you have half of 2 theta as theta, if this is written as theta, then this will become theta upon 2. Then it will become theta upon 2. The same thing is happening here. What's happening, students? We are getting, we are having here x degrees. So half of x degree is x degree by 2. So you are having here x degree by 2. Let me remove this. Okay, so x degree by 2, cos x degree by 2 plus sin x degree by 2 the whole square, and this. Now I wrote common square. Okay, one more thing. Now look at this trigonometric expression. This is another very important expression which we come across quite often. So what I do here is, I divide numerator and denominator by cos of x degree by 2. I divide numerator and denominator by cos of x degree by 2. So when I divide numerator by cos x degree by 2 and the denominator also by cos x degree by 2, this whole thing I divide by cos x degree by 2. So here I get 1, and sin x degree by 2 upon cos x degree by 2, I get tan of x degree by 2. And the denominator I get 1 minus tan x degree by 2. The next step you see here, what I'm writing is, in the next step I'm writing, for this one, I wrote tan pi by 4. For this one, I wrote tan pi by 4. Tan x degree by 2, I left it as it is. Then this one, I left it as it is. And tan x degree by 2, after negative sign, tan x degree by 2, I'm writing tan x degree by 2 multiplied with tan pi by 4. And this is allowed because tan pi by 4 value is anyways 1. Now 1 into anything will remain the same thing. So tan x degree by 2 is written as tan x degree by 2 multiplied with tan pi by 4. But why is it done? You need to understand that why am I preferring to write it this way? Because this is getting me one formula. What is that formula? The formula is tan A plus tan B over 1 minus tan A into tan B. Tan A plus tan B upon 1 minus tan A into tan B. What is that equal to, student? It is equal to tan of A plus B. So here A is pi by 4 and B is x degree by 2. So I'm getting tan of pi by 4 plus x degree by 2 the whole square. Okay, now here, this is what I was waiting for. I wanted to tell you this, which I did not tell in the beginning of the question, because I was waiting for this step. Students, all these results which you have written for derivative, I mean in lecture number 1 where I had given you d by dx of sin x equal to cos x, d by dx of cos x is minus sin x, all different results you have, like tan function, d by dx of tan x is sec square x, all these different trigonometric functions which you have differentiated, the results hold good only for radian measure. Please understand, those results hold good only for radian measure, not for the degree measure. So if you have a degree measure here, what would you do? You will convert this degree into radian. I repeat again, I will convert degree measure into radian measure. And what is the method? The method is we multiply pi upon 180 into the angle which is in degrees. So this angle is in degree, x by 2 degree. I convert it into radian by multiplying pi upon 180. So that has been converted into radian. So now what you have is this whole thing is tan of pi by 4 plus x by 2 into pi upon 180 the whole square. If someone wishes to know that if at all we knew that the angle has to be in radian, why did not we convert it in the beginning only? Students, I did not do that. The reason was, you can understand, if I had converted, you are right, you are right, if someone wishes they can convert the degree measure into radian here itself. But then understand, students, if you do conversion at this very step, don't you think that all these you will have to write in the radian measure, and that will again be so much of time consuming. Okay, it will waste a lot of time. What I tried to do was, I came up to this step, this very step I came up to this very step in degrees only. And here, once I reach, I am converting into radian. Why? Because here at this step, now I understand the derivative is going to take place. Just before differentiation, I converted it into radians. Okay, then I differentiate both sides with respect to x. The problem has been simplified. The function has been simplified, and then I differentiate with respect to x. So see here, d by dx of tan of pi by 4 plus x by 2 into pi upon 180, this is angle. This is angle of tan. This whole thing is angle of tan, and the whole square. So if I once again, as our usual question would be, I will ask you, what kind of function is this? Recognize the function. Every single time you differentiate, what you need to do is recognize the function. So if I ask you, what is this function, you will say this function is variable raised to constant. See, this whole bracket is variable, and then you have a power constant. It is variable raised to constant. Don't say tan function. Tan is there, but that will come into play later. Right now it is outer function. See, the main function is variable raised to constant. So this is d by dx of f of x raised to 2. So 2 f of x d by dx of f of x. 2 tan of the angle, 2 tan of pi by 4 plus x by 2 into pi upon 180 raised to 2 minus 1 into d by dx of f of x. What is f of x? Tan of this angle. So next step, it is 2 times tan of pi by 4, 2 times tan of pi by 4 plus x by 2 into pi upon 180 raised to 2 minus 1 gives you the same thing. The power of this is still 1. You know, if the power is 1, it need not be written. And then d by dx of, okay, now here, what is the function? This is tan f of x. What is this function, students? This function is tan f of x, d by dx of tan f of x. What is d by dx of tan f of x? Sec square f of x, sec square f of x into d by dx of f of x, and f of x is pi by 4 plus x by 2 into pi upon 180. Then this is copied as it is, sec square thing also copied as it is, and d by dx of this. Now pi by 4 is a constant, there is no x in this, so derivative is 0, plus this whole thing except x, rest all are constant. So see, pi upon 2 into 180 is constant, and d by dx of x is 1, which I wrote. So the final answer is this. This is final answer. Okay, once again, we write this thing, which is angle part, and this is in radian. If I remove this pi upon 180, again it will get back to degree. Here also I remove it because derivative is now over. So if derivative is over, we can again go back, switch over to degree angle, because that is looking good. I can always leave at this point only, but then writing this way, it is quite big. So I try to have the shorter answer, because of which I'm writing it in degree back, and then this here. See, this 2 gets cancelled with that 2, and this is your final answer. This is your final answer.